check my email and I decide to answer later. Another cup of coffee and I drag myself to work. My life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep and work. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. I'm sitting there at work and I realized I forgot to wake up. I can't be productive when I'm dreaming about a sheep. I go upstairs and get myself another cup of coffee. I get downstairs and then I spill it on the floor. Well, my life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep and work. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. Lunch hour's over and I can't stay up. I've got to drink coffee, but that's a mistake. I best switch to decaf or I'll stay awake. My life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep and work. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. Well, I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. I stick to what I know. I stick to what I know. Put your weary soul to rest. Yeah, I will try to do my best to keep you safe inside this nest and keep the gravity from pulling you to earth. I'd like to say this gets more clear when it's more cloudy every day, but summer's gonna come and burn the stormy clouds and all the doubt away. Girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. It's true, this spring is coming to an end. You're not that fragile anymore. I know what's there behind that door, and it's just waiting in the wings to pull you in. I know you think you're safe in here inside these insulated walls, but I can't hold this house together, not forever, yeah, soon it's gonna fall. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door slamming shut is gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Slow down, 'cause winter's just around. everything will change. This door's slamming shut, it's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door is slamming shut. It's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Put your weary soul to rest. Yeah, I will try to do my best to keep you safe inside this nest and keep the gravity from pulling you to earth. I'd like to say this gets more clear when it's more cloudy every day. But summer's gonna come and burn the stormy clouds and all the doubt away. When you wake, it's gonna be a different world. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. It's true, the spring is coming to an end. You're not that fragile anymore. I know what's there behind that door, and it's just waiting in the wings to pull you in. I know you think you're safe in here inside these insulated walls, but I can't hold this house together, not forever, yeah, and soon it's gonna fall. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door slamming shut, it's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Slow down, 'cause winter's just around the bend. Don't make a sound and close your eyes and say goodbye, yeah. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will will change. This door's slamming shut. It's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door is slamming shut. It's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Mr. Newman, I'm assuming that you're looking for some humans. The brains are getting riper, but there's lots of work to do. I'll provide you with a manifest of all the new arrivals. I'm certain that there's something here for you. There's Alabaster, Leopold, and Maximiliano. Lawrence is a bargain, you can have him for a song. Oh, the places you will go with all the people you will know in the magical menagerie of souls. You will find your muse, your font of inspiration, with some minor contemplation. The words will write themselves in the darkest realm of shadowy existence, the strangest minds that we can breed. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Kind of, I guess. That might have to be
Mr.
what it is.
Newman, you were choosing, so while you are perusing, I wanna catch you up on some experiments we're doing. The data's incomplete, but we're encouraged all the same. Our quality is climbing by the day. You don't need to be nervous, but inside our terms of service, we've added an addendum to identify the verdict. We stand behind our product and the safety of our souls. But there is something that you ought to know. With everyone, there's a fragment of residue that latches itself to you and never lets go. And it burrows deep like a lumbering parasite, and it feeds until it finds a truth, until it's finally part of you.
Here we go.
We hope you like our marvelous creations, distilled imaginations into spirits of the mind. May you find your song in vivid living color in the magical menagerie of souls. In the magical menagerie of souls.
Spotify is up.
Howdy, buddy. My name is Bob. How are you today?
She's like, I don't care. I don't care.
Did you come here looking for a brand new Chevrolet? Well, you just fine, I suppose. We sure do got a lot of those. I got everything you'll ever need. I got V8 engines for the kick-ass speed. I got everything you need, no money down.
I'm so sorry about the mess, but I'm sorry. Testing.
I'll sell you this Impala for a damn good price. The transmission shot, but the brakes are nice. What's it gonna take for you to drive away in this automobile today? I got great terms on the financing. I got payments that a bum could swing. So step on up, let's make us a deal. Oh, I don't think that I can do that. Oh, I don't think my manager will approve that. Well, I'll take this back to him, but don't get your hopes up, my friend.
I think I have money. I got something around.
Get your checkbook out, sir, we've got a deal. You're lucky that my manager allowed this deal. Sign your name right here and here.
This, 'cause this is
Initial here and here and here and here. And here are your new keys.
I think I can flip this.
Is this my life?
There's a thing.
Umbilical connection to my sight. The marvelous perfection of the light.
Is it? Is it working? Is it working? Ah! Okay. Is it?
The avatars are
Yeah, that's okay.
sleeping while their hearts
Testing.
continue beating with a battery of blood.
Take no luck.
Gods all around. Imaginary phantom in the cloud. All your joy a ransom to be found. Open the skies. The sunlight on the visor is refracting ever brighter in my dilated eyes. I wanna see all the broken splendor. I want a memory to just remember. I wanna fall down, skin my knee and bleed. I want a taste of the salty ocean. I wanna feel all the cold emotions. I wanna run through the forest with no shoes. Here lie the ashes of all the fiery crashes of everyone to ever rush to love. Past the stop signs and speed bumps, careening toward the tree trunks, perched above the edges of the bluff. The splendor in the tender skin, the long forgotten earthly hymn, the silent theft, the violent breath of life. To just replay the camera lens, to bring it all alive again, to climb inside that speeding car and drive. Here lie the cinders of once ignited tinder, left to burn until it turned to dust. In the wake of the embers, the aching of December, the chill that turned a healthy heart to stone. The fast ascent, the desperate thrusts, the sweaty stench of teenage lust, the hushed embrace of gushing shapes at night. To just replay the camera lens, to bring it all alive again, to climb inside that speeding car and drive.
Oh, that's a thing I can do. Wow.
Here lies the body, motionless beside me, a little rough, but close enough to her. The splendor in the tender skin, the long forgotten earthly hymn, the silent theft, the violent breath of life. To just replay the camera lens, to bring it all alive again, to climb inside that speeding car and drive. Flutter by, butterfly, into the sky, till you're out of sight. And I won't run, I won't fight. Oh, I've got my feet on the ground. Little bird, say the word. I will be there with my hands held high, and I will reach to the sky. I've got my feet on the ground. Follow me into the field where I clipped your wings, and I will wait for your sting. Oh, oh, I've got my feet on the ground.
Let's do this. Hello, hello. I see 2 people here. Thank you for coming to chill. I am not a screamy, exploding person, rarely. But let me know if sound is good. Because I do want to do more streaming, but something that I'm not very used to is figuring out the sound balance, which is kind of something that
The tiptoes
I just
on
need
the
people to tell me
bedroom
if it's
floor,
good.
these quiet eyes are spinning in the dark. A secret wish that none will know, she keeps it locked up in her pale heart. Wait for it. It's tired and it's true. Wait for it. It's all she ever knew. She dreams in blue. She dreams in blue.
Let me actually... can hear both the music and actually what's coming up, because for some reason this microphone in this direction is not wanting to work today. So I did a couple other things. Get.
Background hum of city streets and whispers from the neighbors intertwine. Distant glow of beacon lights breaking through cracks between the lines. Wait for it's hiding out of view.
Oh, awesome. Because, yeah, I tend to talk quietly. Like, this is not super below my normal speaking voice. Like, even when I'm heightened, it's mostly like this. Awesome. I didn't want to put it in the title just in case I decided to work on something else, but this will be the death card, which is, I did start with a reference from a local space around here. I think this is kind of an old picture, but, an old photo, but it's pretty accurate to what most forest spaces are in this area. Ophelia. Yeah, come here. Here she comes. Okay. Yeah. She's back. Wee. Wee. Is it 2 something again where you are? Not even. Whee. Cool. Yeah, I just, one of the reasons that I was kind of late setting up a little bit is because I was doing some cooking, and I rarely do that. I think it came out well. As long as I have good directions and not like something that's written kind of stupid. And cooking is fine, and then I get good food at the end, mostly. But I am also the kind of person that, I realize you might have a different context for this, but recently I'm out of it now, but I bought a whole bunch of instant ramen packets, and I'm the weirdo who's just like shoves stuff into it. But I grew up with that being easy access, like kids can do whatever they want with it, so I have a habit of putting either American or cheddar cheese in it. Which my partner stares at me and, like, I won't show you, but I'm gonna have it this way. And it's not really soup when I do it, it's like if you cook it down so it's more like a sauce, less like a soup. But I'm talking about it anyway. So I can cook, I guess, just I get intimidated. And then I really don't like to waste food, so I get really worried that I'm going to screw something up really bad and it's going to be expensive. I have seen videos of little instant ramen bars and stuff in Japan. I don't know how prevalent those are, but those seem like I don't think they would work over here very well, but that is my jam. Also, thank you for being here again, because I don't have a ton of technology that I'm comfortable working with in terms of streaming and such. So actually having people here gives me a kind of positive pressure to make things work. In case you can't tell, like, that's just a table with a bunch of stuff on it that I need to move, and I'll probably move it back eventually, but there's a pile of stuff over here. And also actually having people on the stream helps me kind of take stock of if I have just a random trash bag full of fabric or something in the background, and I'm sure people would say they don't really mind, but for me, it's a good brain trick of, like, we'll do it anyway, clean it up. Whee! I'm honestly just impressed you have a camera angled to the art. I can't even figure out how to angle things right to record anything on my desk. Do you try to record flat, or do you have an angle that you would want to point something towards? Because I probably have some tips. It will probably involve buying something or other, but there are things that exist, and then things you could probably figure out based on what you can actually get. I think some of my knowledge, at least, comes from, I used to follow more artists who would stream or take videos of their flat art, and I have followed painters, so up on an easel, but a lot of my technical knowledge has actually come from two YouTubers. One of them is Markiplier, which you may already know. I respect him as like a creator, someone who does stuff, because in a video a while back he had a mini rant about how he really wanted to get more movie level cameras, and how something of that nature is kind of just, the price is kind of just dictated by whatever they want to price it as. And he was saying, like, oh, I contacted someone about a $250,000 XYZ, and he stopped and went, I did not buy this. Like, sir, you could buy this if you wanted to. So whenever he talks about technical stuff, it soaks in a little bit more, because he's not just rattling off, oh, get the $6,000. Also, there is a channel called Evan and Caitlin, and they have a streaming channel, and they're not shy about just showing what equipment they have, but they have like a whole studio where they can clamp things onto other things and have like a separate desk for all the monitors that they use to monitor like different angles of the live streaming, etc. But it kind of gave me ideas of what's possible, like having multiple cameras and stuff, and wrap my brain around it. Because you said something about cleaning your room a while ago, and I didn't know if that meant like if you're a younger person, or if you were just because I need to clean this room. Doesn't mean I'm 13. I mean, in spirit, I might be 13, but it's as it should be. He's so cute, though. Oh, I can do cat cam. I can do cat cam. Cat cam. Cat cam. Man. Cat Oh, 41. That works. Even if you were 13. I want to make that clear. There's nothing wrong with being 13. In many contexts. Let's put that caveat on it. I'm noticing when I stream drawing, though, I put my pencils somewhere. So if you ever see me talk a lot and do something else and then turn back to the easel and I pause for a second, it's probably because the pencil has gone somewhere. Show the internet the kitty. Case in point. Okay. So 41, you would probably have access to more things than a 13-year-old would have. I can show you one thing that I have used a lot to do drawing stuff in video. This thing. That's one end of it. This goes on the table. And then this thing. Ta-da! You can probably find something like this if you search gooseneck phone holders. That helps me a lot, but the bending it is... I have to focus and figure out what I'm doing before I kind of let it settle. And this is just a webcam that hooks over the top of everything. And Streamlabs is lovely because that's the thing. It's either OBS or Streamlabs. They're kind of different versions of each other. It allows me to put the picture in picture. So normally I would have, while you were here a couple days ago, normally I would have the big camera isn't a camera at all. It's kind of turned internally towards whatever window I want it on. And then webcam, I can set it and move stuff around. So if you ever wanted to do like your face with drawing, that's a good way to do it. And I also like the application called DroidCam. It allows you to take the video from your phone and use it as a webcam, basically. So the program that I'm using thinks that this thing right here is a webcam rather than just a phone, and then sourcing the two webcams into the same program. But sometimes I am just a simple man who would like to draw bushes around the suspicious looking forest hole. It's I don't like Amazon because of ethical reasons, but I think I bought the gooseneck thing off Amazon at one point, and I don't judge anybody for using Amazon if it's a choice. as long as you know. But if you have like a basically Japanese equivalent of Best Buy, something like that, might have something there, or there's a store here called Staples that might have something like that. And if I ever say something, it's like, oh, it might be your version of Staples. And like, we have Staples. You're like, I'm not trying to be like that. Just, I've never been out of this country, so I don't know if it's like, oh yeah, Taco Bell in Japan. What is this? It's the monolith. Oh, it's bendy. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's in this room. So why do I have a whatever that is? I remember when I was first starting to talk to a lot of people online, there were people who kept saying stuff like, oh, water stones. Like, oh, Tesco. Like, oh, other countries are real. If you used a combination of stuff like DroidCam and a program that recorded it straight from your phone onto your computer, and then also had a gooseneck or something, or something of that nature that helped you point down, that would actually save a lot of time, because I have found the most annoying part is getting videos off of this onto the computer. So it would just record straight to the computer, and then you can do whatever you wanted with it. That's how those crazy, like, gamer people do, like, a video every day or every other day. I used to try to do a YouTube video every week, but that is... I need a lot more stability before that happens. A tarot deck meeting a goal would contribute towards that happening. I think I said this last stream, but what I want to do, because this does take time and energy and such, but I would love to someone make a little sign somewhere on the screen, I guess, somewhere not too cluttered, but for every X number of donation or super chat when I get there, I would pick up something in this room that you can't see. it would be story time. Because there's even once this room gets clean, there's still going to be things that definitely are a thing. Did you manage to clean the room? Or is it like a multi-step process, like it is for me? Infinite step process. That's actually a video that I haven't put out yet. We're just talking about some methods and some time lapses of I actually got some stuff done. I'm just waiting for someone to kind of peek their head into my office and go, like, oh my gosh, someone ransacked this. Like, oh, like, do you need help with this? No, it's actually better than it used to be. I will fix it, don't worry, I can do it. I cooked a gosh dang steak. It's gonna go with my partner's lunch tomorrow. I can do it. Just not all at once. That's good. I'm half free. I'm proud of you because I know what it's like. Yeah, it's the... I stopped thinking about it in terms of like, oh, is this spotlessly clean? Is this like all polished up and everything? But a few times before, at least, it's gotten to the point where I can't use the room. I can walk through it, but it's just the stuff in it is not usable. So that is the bare minimum of, is it of reasonable efficiency? Is it usable? Is it functional? And then I feel better about my whole existence, and I can do more about making it pretty. However, I have found out in recent years that my idea of functional and other people's idea of functional is not always the same. Oh, emotional support budgies. I can see that. That's, I know a lot of the larger birds, I hear budgies and I think of like that. But I know larger birds like that, they need appropriately sized cages, so I can imagine stuff would go around that. Small spaces, yeah, that's, I am a fan of Japanese style horror, and I try to view things with a grain of salt, especially when they're made by American companies about different countries, but I understand that in a lot of spaces, it's the country where square watermelons happen, so that you can fit them neatly into the fridge. So like, okay, that I see that radiating in different ways. Also, this is just a phone stand. It's, I think it was technically a selfie stick, like expandable and stuff. So that might be an option too, because the Droid Cam is running on here, and it's going into the program, but there's nothing super weird and special about this. Let me just, sorry if you get motion sick, but yeah, that's just, it's a clip. Eep. That's why I'm going up and down with it. And I just found out that you can pinch zoom this. Hee hee. Like that. Just reading some of these out, if I'm replying to them, just for context in the video. I'm loving this drawing, by the way. When I first saw it, I immediately thought of the puddle in the woods surrounded by trees in Twin Peaks. And symbolically, such a good fit, I feel. Thank you for that. That's, you might notice a lot of the pieces for this deck are centered around the woods, and kind of the, like, ooh, there's a long path, and there might be something at the end. But, I love Twin Peaks so much. It has its problems, but overall, entire package, very nice. Oh, it does. That, like the Black Lodge where it opens and you go into the red curtain creepy place. I wanted this to be the death card because the whole premise of the deck is getting away from just this symbolism that people are comfortable with, like, oh, three of cups is 3 cups. Okay, but since the death is more about there will be major changes, end of something, beginning of something else, I started thinking about, I don't know if it's a thing over there, or if you have been exposed to it through interneting and stuff, but fairy rings are supposed to be a portal to the fairy parallel dimension. So if you step inside them, then you will have a major life change. So I wanted the hole because it makes, like, push the unsettling part of, like, oh, that big hole, it's like a grave, but also surrounded by the fairy ring of mushrooms, because add whimsy to the grave. Like, if you went through a traditional cemetery where you put people in the ground and you saw the mushrooms and, like, crazy stuff growing right around the edges, most people are, well, a lot of people are weirded out by, like, ooh, open grave, that's kind of unsettling. But, or if you, like, saw cats all sitting around it, just staring inside it, like, that's what I'm going for with this one. I was gonna go with something skull related, but I felt like that was a little on the nose. There will be human skulls, one or plural, in some other card ideas, but it's the death card, but everything is surrounded by life, so it's not necessarily just everything dies, which it does, but major changes are afoot. Also, speaking of Twin Peaks, I feel like I would be besties with, or one of many besties with Agent Cooper. He is delightful. Not in a, like, ooh kind of way, but, I feel like I could bring him coffee, ask some really heavy existential questions, and then he would pull out, like, I got puppets to illustrate my answer. Like, you get me. Oh, lovely. Like that. Like, over here, that would kind of be in the same bucket of names as, like Bailey, or, like, I consider Bailey kind of a generic name. But I like nice, comfy, normal names, but they refer to something else. Like, if I was going to name anything John, it would probably be a reference to, there's a podcast called the Magnus Archives, which is really super dark. It's like Magic X-Files with horrible nightmare things. And it's great, but the narrator, the main character, is called John. Just be like, oh yeah, it's a cute little fluffy dog. Like, his name is John. Like, oh, that's adorable. He's named after the English dude with, like, an existential crisis every single day. Like, oh, okay. I don't remember if I said, but this girl here that's laid draped over my leg is Ophelia, and I did ask her mother if she was named after the Shakespeare Ophelia, and no, not specifically, but she has very high anxiety, which is why she's in a shirt. So she might as well be named after the Shakespeare Ophelia, because most of the time you look at her, she goes, again, this artist is someone who offers all of his work for royalty free. I like to point people to him because some of his music is very surprisingly royalty free. Like, it's very nice. It is Josh Woodward, Woodward. He has some very silly things, and also some very heavy folk-esque stuff. bush. Oop. Sorry. No. Checking on something. Okay, no change on the Kickstarter. I'm nervous. Nope. Ah. There we go. Okay, so lighting is going to be coming through this way, like a very slight spotlight on Creepy Hole. So we're going to go like this. I think you might find over time, depending on how either far back you look at work and he's fallen, or depending on how long you follow it, you, as I've come to realize, a lot of my work, if you look closer, and then you look closer, or you see it done in person, like really close like this, at least traditional art, mostly, is focused scribbling. Which is kind of what my life is. It's like, yeah, it's trust the process. Like, you look at it super close, it's like, yeah. It seems very uncontrolled and chaotic, but you pan out. Like, oh, there's a point to that after all. It was a good day when, in one of my traditional art classes in college, the teacher handed out a kind of pamphlet of other artists that have, like, unorthodox techniques. And there was, I totally forget the artist, but there was a picture of the Joker that somebody did, just a portrait. And if you looked closer, it was all like curls and everything, but they were layered in such a way, kind of like hatching and cross-hatching, where it made this very chaotic Heath Ledger Joker portrait. And I didn't go into art school to get, you know, permission to do things like with the energy that I wanted, but seeing that handed out by the teacher was very like, oh, this is a real thing. And yeah, I think that carried over in, like, this is very intentional scribbles. also makes me feel sometimes like if like a professional or like someone very into like fine art and the technique was watching this, and I have no idea if that's you, no comments, like what they would think of, like he's basically scribbling, but it turns out most of the time. Such is life. It also makes things kind of hard to quantify. Like, oh, what's your process? Being insane. That's 70% of it. And not even like self-deprecating or like derogatory. It's like, no, it's. I posted a little bit ago about how all of the pieces so far, because I've allotted different, I've already pulled out the pieces of paper for everything else. This comes in a big pad. I wanted to make sure I had enough, and yeah, I have enough. What people would like to see first, or at least higher on the list. I have the next ones that I want to do based on feedback are the Magician and 3 of Swords. So if you have a suggestion what to put next on that list, I am totally down for it, and she's so cute. I'm gonna see if I can do this one-handed. Cat break. That also goes for people who are viewing this in the future somehow. I am going through the rest of them. There's like 28 left. It's all taped up on the wall in the living room, like a crazy person. But if there's a specific card that you don't see on the Kickstarter page already in the progress tracker, I would like to put that next on the to-do list. So next is Magician and or 3 of Swords. And I can just slot the next suggestions in there. She's a good girl. She likes to yell, but she's a good girl. Yep. Thank you for being here. I think on the weekends until the end of the year, I'm going to try and do something more during the day at my time. So that might kind of screw up you turning this on at like 2-ish, but because so if it starts at 8:30, 12 hours, 9:30, 10:30, 12:30, and 2. So that's like 16 hours difference. So if I started at noon my time, that's 12. That's like that's like 6 in the morning. I would be surprised if you showed up to that one. So no pressure. Though I don't know. I don't know what you're into. Other than this. It's this morning, last night, my partner was baking something very, very nice to take to work. She is the kind of person who wakes up at like 5 to get somewhere at 6. And she said that she was going to finish the last little bit of baking right before she left. And I told her, like, don't be alarmed if you wake me up with good smells and stuff at like 5 in the morning. And I did wake up at 5. And she said, hey, would you want to try it right out of the oven? I'm like, yes. It was wonderful. And I had a cinnamon roll, half a cinnamon roll at 5 in the morning. And it was worth it. And then I went back to sleep. It messed up a lot of the rest of the day, but it was worth it. So if you do have to wake up at 5, may it be for cinnamon roll reasons. Literally or figuratively. Feeling when I think that I'm done with this picture, this one, or I'm like nearly done, it's gonna sit, and then like the background over here is gonna be what I refine a little bit, because I do want it to recede into a background, but since there's so much going on with like pseudo details and stuff, I feel like that might settle a little bit, and then I figure out what should actually be done. What? No. Ha! Yeah. Oh. Fuck. Okay.
Dear Rebecca, did you see the sky in all its majesty? The canvas of the summer. Every time the daylight ends, I think of how you chair about the sun and stare in silent wonder. Days drag on, but time flies. The absence only magnifies the change. It's beautiful and tragic. And every time I see your face, another you has been placed on me. Unstoppable magic. Please forgive me and understand it wasn't you who pushed
Oh,
my
you said you like Twin Peaks, right? Let me see.
guilty accepted
I need to put Ophelia on the chair, and then I want to show you something that I made in college.
pain sky. Think about you
This is actually making progress, so I can do this.
alone but still connected.
Oh, actually. Oh. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Let me just.
Understand that
That thing.
I'm just a man. I am broken and I've lost my way. Please
Yeah.
when I say
So anyway.
I love you.
Oh, back up. That was in design and like pre-graphic design and illustration, I guess. That's not what it was called, but it's. Oh, where did she go? Oh, I think she got upset that I set her down. But yeah, the assignment was to make like a triptych thing, like unified in theme, but very different on each piece, or something like that. Yeah, long story short, after I moved back to Pacific Northwest, some of my bios say why I did that. I watched Twin Peaks for the first time, and that stuck with me a lot. Oh, you can see the little. Okay. Ophelia, are you ready? Come here. Come here. I had to do a thing. Come here. Oh. Yeah. You back. Okay, what are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna do pine trees and something more with the background because those are the main issues, I guess. I have no problem doing like really loud, crunchy texture. Like I'll draw gravel, it's fine. But when it fades into the back, it's a little more. Gotta have a light hand, which I do not always excel at. Micro fantasy. If I ever had the time and money to go to a convention where my brain is not Kyle McLaughlin. I would love him to sign that thing. And if the like Sharpie is proper and everything, he can sign it like right above the chair. That'd be neat. There's also, if you want to go looking for it, I think you could probably find it online because it's notable. In Portland, Oregon, there is this massive portrait of David Lynch, like on the side of a building. And I'm not in Portland a lot, but next time I'm there, I want to make time to get a picture with it because it's just, we just turned the corner and went, oh, David Lynch, 20 feet tall. Okay. Which is very Portland. There is also, in Washington, you can go to, they used a diner from Washington. And I have a picture of myself somewhere in front of like a giant mural of cherry pie. Food is okay. I forget what I got. So yeah, it's a like I forgot what I got, but it was fine. Probably shouldn't be messing with these right now. But I'm gonna. I always wanted to go see the Pacific Northwest, but I didn't get to do much traveling before I left the country to move here. Okay. I highly recommend it, for various reasons. I am split on the actual people, but the outdoors and weird art stuff. Like I said earlier, this the reference photo didn't have the giant hole in the middle, but the rest of it, the hole and the mushroom ring are added. Everything else is just based on the photo. There are also a lot of witches around here. Maybe it's because spooky, but I am glad in 2025 you do not have to directly experience the United States. So I'm glad you're there, and here, in spirit. Okay, so the change here is I went from, I don't know if you can see that, a 2B pencil into a 6B, which is basically just a softer pencil, so more of the actual graphite comes off, and then it comes out darker because it's just more, which for black and white things is absolutely necessary. See? Most of the time I will get everything in there, and then I'll do like some of the textures, and then I'll take all of the values and just go so it's enter. Usually starting with black, but it tends to be more of the stylized stuff, not the like direct from reference outdoors with lots of detail. I think if I was just gonna up and like pick up to a different country, be either Celtic or like Scandinavian. I am not fond of a lot of the stuff happening in Britain, so I would probably go with Republic of Ireland. But I am supposedly Scottish. flavor white. So if that wasn't, you know, technically British, that might be an option. Okay, so I want this in the back to be darker than the front. So this is going to still have some white, but this is going to be more black in general, with shades of gray. We got like 15 minutes before I want to... Oh, I looked at the light. See, the eye of Sauron. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. What I'm doing here is just adding more weight on this side because I don't know if I'm going to be able to push it as much as like when stuff is glowing in pictures. So I want to at least tip off like a viewer's brain of like, even if it isn't extreme differences in light, it's a little bit more dark on the right. also an animation technique. Make things more satisfying for the brain. We don't need to add a ton of like crazy shadows and complicated stuff, but add line weight. And even if something's technically supposed to be mostly realistic, you can still do a little bit of that. You can cheat a little bit, in my opinion. It's kind of how I would describe my like professional fine art style is realism adjacent, or like realism with cheats. Sides, because since the light is coming in like between them, I wanna, like, I can't take that off, but I can really ramp up this one, so there'll be a little bit of light here that gets denser over here, and then big old patch. A little bit coming this way. Mostly weighted toward the left. Like it's denser, but still mottled and everything. It's mottled. I think that's actually where we're gonna stop for tonight. I will be trying to work on some of this tomorrow morning, because almost everything is there. It just needs pushed. Like this actually needs some shadows. This some texture, because in the reference photo it was like gravel going up a little bit, like dirt gravel. And this needs more dimension, not just lines. So yeah, basically everything is there, it's just, it needs shoved further. So So hopefully tomorrow night I will be doing either the Magician, or I took some reference pictures for an idea I had for Three of Swords. So it'll be one of those. And again, I am intending to do a stream every night until the end of the year at 8:30 Pacific time. Thank you so much. It's eventually I'll get back to doing things from scratch, and I would love to show people how to like do the boxes and use T-squares and weird stuff. If you're viewing this in the future and it's not the end of the year yet, there is a Kickstarter that's running that is the culmination of a project of 80 pictures, 80 illustrations of this size, and it would be absolutely life-changing for me to be able to get this done and produced into a tarot deck, because there are a lot of other things going on, and this is my job, so views matter. I love knowing that I not just have appealed to somebody in my work, but I want to be able to offer something, because I grew up in some weird situations where I was not able to ask about stuff. So I'm happy to talk about just about anything. Also, my chair is like a drum stool or like a salon roller kind of thing, and I kept thinking it would prevent me from like shrimping, but blanket permission to just spam me with shrimp emojis if you notice. I'm kind of going like that, but like, I don't know if you can tell because it blended into the background, but where was I? There's a Kickstarter running. It just broke 72% today. It's great, but I am still internally screaming because this matters to me. There's a whole bunch of information on the page as to why I think it should matter to you. Every bit helps. There are some smaller things than the deck, especially for people who would really like to support this and get in on it, but they don't have, for example, the $40+ to spend. Okie dokie. Let me figure out how to undo all of the video stuff that I have done. The website is on maintenance mode right now because I'm also polishing up some fun stuff, some different aesthetics, and organizing things a little bit better. It's always been about something that you can enthusiastically participate in. My work has always been interactive in one way or another, so thank you, those who were able to make it, even if it was technically the next day for you in different time zones. Thank you to everybody who is seeing this from the future, regardless of whether it's way past end of the year, stuff like that. It's all about participation. What I offer is offered to real people, which is you. So I'm gonna go eat some of that steak that I made 2 hours ago. And figure out some stuff to do before I go to sleep and start all over again.